Hi everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. And today's reading is going to be about a breakthrough for your creative blocks or for your creativity to rise up and any blocks that you are facing. Let's see what spirit or source wants you to know, the universe wants you to know how you can overcome this. And as usual, we have three piles to choose from. The first one is prayer with number 20. Second pile is light with number 16. And the third one is prophetic dreams with number 21. Take a few deep breaths with me here, breathing out through your mouth, relaxing your body, setting the intention for the messages for your highest good to come through. Breathe out with your mouth again. And letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you are drawn to. You can choose one or more piles, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you chose prayer card with number 20, this is your reading. And the two cards here represent what the creative block is. This card here represents what is a seen energy as to where the block is coming from, and this card here on the right represents what is the unseen energy. The four cards here, tarot cards here, represent how you can overcome this, and that's a message coming through from the universe source. And these two cards are actually going to be signs that you may see when this block starts to fizzle out of your life, or you are overcoming it. And I'm going to pull a few cards, or maybe just one card from this deck that I created as a thought prompt for you. So looking at your cards here with the void and earthed coming out as what the block is, the void card says stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And earth says learning how to be human in the world but not of it. And I feel that is where you're struggling, pile 1. You are struggling being in earth, being in the world, but not of it, in the sense that as artists, I do understand that many of us might struggle in creating finances that are stable, that are going to help us in the long run, in the sense that commercializing artwork is a pain in the ass, and I do understand that. So because I perceive that you may not have seen the amount of success you've been expecting with the work that you have put, you might have the fear that you are not putting in the right efforts to create stability or like a practical or pragmatic life for yourself, and that is keeping your creativity stuck and blocked, pile 1. Because the interesting bit is with the shadow card, literally the shadow itself showing up as a card as to what where the block is coming from. It's like you do know where the block is coming from, and it says shadow, and I feel it is from your shadows, and it's more so about what you have listened to from people as to what is possible in life, how far you can go, how much of this system or this career probably that you are trying to create for yourself, how much of that is actually practical. And you do understand that in some way, shape or form, that is rooted in this fear. This block is rooted in this fear, especially in terms of, do you deserve to be successful even? And the interesting bit with the Weaver card as the unseen energies is that you actually underestimate a lot your own capacity of manifesting and actualizing things that you would like to have, pile 1, with the Weaver card. Because the Weaver here is weaving the threads of fate. You know how to weave the threads of your own fate, but are you giving yourself the permission to do so, pile 1? Because you do know the intricacies, the details, because your energy is actually very detailed. You are someone who even though, I mean, I don't even want to use the term even though, because people might assume artistic people are not detail oriented sometimes. It's just, I mean, I'm not saying that's true for everyone, but sometimes I feel it's a common assumption that people who are artistic or creative may not go into the details. And it's interesting, we have devil, so the devil is into the details. Isn't that funny? I mean, I got reminded of that. But with a Weaver card, what I'm trying to say is that you may underestimate how much power you hold in your own hands to create the life you desire. Because I do perceive that you understand that this fear or this blockage or block, because of which you are not able to receive, is coming from your shadows. But what you are not understanding is that you actually have given your power away to other people, in the sense that you think others know better than you. And this may come from, experiences in the past where you did head a project, or you were doing your own submission or something like that, and it was either not taken forward, or if it was taken forward, it was given to somebody else. Sometimes it does happen growing up in school as well, like sometimes teachers do give your project to somebody else. I've heard that happening. So I do perceive you might have experienced this, or someone must have stolen your idea and they got better results or more recognition than you did. So you somehow bought into this false belief that you don't know what is the best for you. And so you seek counsel, or you seek guidance from others, or you it's not, I don't feel like you are always dependent on others, but in important life choices, I perceive that you may give other people's experience and learnings much, much more credit than they deserve, because it's your life, pile one. You do know what you would want to have. I mean, we have Eight of Pentacles here, which is the card of mastery. And this unseen part is actually influencing the stuckness that you are feeling a lot, because I perceive that you're not understanding how much you are still giving weightage to other people's opinion of what is right for you. And this could very well be loved ones. And I'm not saying that there is malice. Of course, only apply it if it is true for your situation. But this is more so coming from their own fears as well. And you are someone who is extremely creative. And I would say, very practical with the devil card too, because devil card rules the earth realm, and it is the Capricorn zodiac sign, which is very practical, very detail oriented, very work oriented. And we have, of the four cards here, excluding the bottom deck energy, two of them, sorry, yeah, two of them are earth energy, and one of them is, another earth energy at the bottom of the deck. And I perceive that the universe is actually wanting to tell you that you do not underestimate your potency, pile one, because like I said, I perceive that you are actually fearful of your own dedication and how dedicated you get. Because how to overcome this block is, for that we have got Lovers, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Devil card. There is strong energy of the number six. So I want to add that into this information, because with the Lovers card, first things first, which is the universe is trying to tell you, make a choice. There's probably a choice that you need to make, and there is nothing wrong about choosing any or either of these things, because I with the Lovers card being here and it being upright, I perceive that the energy for either of the choices is positive only. So it doesn't matter what choice you make. And with the Eight of Pentacles here, you know where you have mastery, pile one, and you know how much you dedicate yourself to things. In fact, I perceive you to be a person who is so interested in diving head first into subjects that you like, and getting lost in the world of that information, creation, action, everything. You are a person who wants to create everything, because we have air energy and we have earth energy, which is, air is information, earth is actually grounding that information. So you have both of those energies and in balance. Wow, now I recognize, like, we have Lovers and the Devil card, which is, you could say they are like sister cards in tarot, in the major arcana. So like, you have the yin and the yang energy both. And I feel like you fear your own success, pile one, because of these experiences where you knew you had brought something to the table which was meaty, which was really good, which was really something that could create greater, but either the idea was not approved of by those who had to approve it, or it was, taken away or something like that. And because of this, you might have made this conclusion or this wrong belief in your head that you are not well versed enough with your subject. Dude, you are. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You are very, very well versed with the subject. And with the Three of Cups, what I'm receiving is celebrate small wins, pile one. Take time out during the day to, what I am actually receiving is that, if you have probably 2 to 3 hours of study, and then you take probably 1 hour's break or half an hour's break. So these 3 hours you had no noise, nothing around, and you were just studying, right? So in the next 15-20 minutes when you are taking a break, the energy should be extremely opposite, that is very active, to balance out this, rigidity with a flush and a flow, or I would say like a wave of energy, pile one. And that's going to refresh you in minutes. I mean, I'm literally talking about 15-20 minutes to 2 to 3 hours. So that's a very interesting ratio, right? But you will feel so refreshed. And with the devil card, I feel like you shouldn't be fearing your interest in being dedicated and committed to your goals, because that is how you can overcome and get out of this stuck energy, this creative block, pile one. Because it's not, I mean, it's not a loss of factors or support system. It's more so about you embracing this beast of a person that you are, who has a lot of love and dedication for the targets that they have. And I feel like maybe you were shamed for it in some way, shape, or form, because of which you're fearing dedicating to this goal of yours. Because I feel like you are a person, actually, not just were. You are a person who will wait with the Seven of Pentacles no matter what. I mean, you have patience, you have all the goods you require to achieve or actualize a goal of yours. And come what may, I will do this. I am dedicated to this. I will achieve this goal. That is the mindset you have. And I perceive that because you may not have experienced the success you were wanting to receive, so you are giving into people's words, their fears about how the world works, whereas your path is different, and it is definitely going to create success, especially material success, pile one. And that's what the universe wants you to reassure you of. But the thing that you need to do to overcome this is to make a choice. Be dedicated and be proud of yourself that you are a person who gets dedicated and excited about things and wants to in the long run pursue those things, and not just pursue it for the as a whim or something like that. Simultaneously, give yourself the grace to have fun in shorter amounts of time, because I don't feel like we don't even have Four of Wands, we don't have Nine of Cups or Ten of Cups, so this is, or even Ten of Pentacles somehow, or Nine of Pentacles, we have Three of Cups. So I feel like take frequent breaks, but take short breaks, because that's going to help you a lot. And we beneath the Seven of Pentacles, we literally have the Magician, and we have Five of Swords. I do perceive that you were someone who was able to, actualize a lot of things. You might have created something out of thin air, that kind of an energy. So you were really nifty, very resourceful. You knew how to make really fun, unique, useful things out of nothing at all. And your intelligence, your grit, your talent must have broken off friendships or made connections, maybe even with your superiors sour. And that's why you refrained and went back into your hole, and you have been blocking your own creativity, your own creative prowess better than anybody else. You are being asked to get out of that shell, pile one, because you're so powerful and you're going to inspire many. So before looking at these cards, I'm going to pull one card from here as a journal prompt that's going to help you, pile one, in some way, shape, or form. I hope that it will. So this could be a journal prompt or a thought prompt. Let's see what shows up. Okay. We have, wow. So yeah, I actually did want to talk about this. Connect with your guides and spirit team. I perceive that right now, and it actually goes well with this thing wherein it's about, keep it under wraps for now, incubate. By that, I do perceive that, whatever choice you make and whatever actions you take, don't talk about it to anybody else. That's what, with the Three of Cups, celebrate your wins. And even in that, the energy that I was getting, that was, I mean, even in the example I was saying, that you blast off music and dance to it, right? It's just you, but celebrate those wins. And with, connect with your spirit guides and team spirit team, I do perceive that connecting with the universe, literally, we have in the science also, we have prayer. Connecting with the universe, connecting with your team in spirit is going to help you have more stability while moving through this creative block. And their guidance is going to make you realize how truly you are the weaver of your own threads of fate, as the deck is. Because we, even with, bottom deck energy is get curious, get wild with the same deck. And that is what you're fearing to do. Get curious, pile one. It's your biggest strength. And as to signs that would show up when you are overcoming this, we have prayer with number 20 and river woman number 23. So this actually is giving me the energy that some of you, I am receiving images of Saraswati, goddess Saraswati, because she sits on a lotus and she is the goddess of education, music, and art. So I wonder if some of the people who have chosen this pile are associated to those fields, but definitely praying to goddess or gods of wisdom or knowledge is, I feel like it will be a natural flow for you, that you might be connecting to such energies, even if it's not gods or goddesses. Maybe you were just trying to reach, universal wisdom or higher consciousness, and you will feel a stability in your energy. You won't feel stuck or deep within the ocean, but you will feel like you're flowing with the wave, and like in the direction of the wave, not what is it called, not against the wave. Essentially, I think it's the downward flow, and you will feel at peace. I perceive that you will make it a point to, with with these breaks here, you will make it a point to take a lot of breaks and connect with your spirit team. Having a journal where you connect with your spirit team and have downloads written would be also quite helpful for this pile, regarding your work, your career. So, pile one, that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. And do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile two. If you chose the light card with number 16, this is your reading. This adds up to a 7, and 38 adds up to 11 and adds up to 2. So, and we have 20 again here with the judgment card, and that adds up to a 2 as well. So, those could be important numbers: 2, 5, 11, 7, 16, and 11. Yeah, 11 I already mentioned, and 3. So, pile 2, these two cards here represent what the block is. This card here on the left represents where the block is coming from, but what you know where it's coming from, the seen part of it. And this card here represents what's the unseen part of where the block is coming from. And these four cards are actually the guidance from the universe as to how to overcome this block. Then we are going to pull one card from this deck to, have some journal or thought prompts for you. And these two cards are actually signs that you may see or experience once this block is getting removed or you're overcoming it. So we have all paths lead home, and the void card, which is interestingly enough a card that appeared in another pile. So with all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And the void card says stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. What this is telling me is that Pile two, you actually are okay. This is something that actually happens to people who do a lot of self reflection and work on themselves, or are, getting into spirituality, and they dive deep into their own either shadow work or recognizing themselves and creating that inner authority, creating that relationship with their intuition. And in that, they do tend to, all of us, when we do this kind of work, we do tend to go into the hermit mode where we are in no contact with the world, while we start understanding what is actually the truth of that's going on around us and within us as well, energetically too. So for this, by what I'm receiving is that you've been doing that work, you've been doing a lot of work in understanding yourself and really silencing the outside world so that you know what's going on within. And I perceive that this entire phase actually is creating a block for you, because now you feel so isolated and different from others that you are not able to channel your creative energies. I mean, that block of feeling isolated, different, like even an outlaw, because that's literally the card we have at the bottom of the deck. I perceive that that fear of not, fitting into the people around you or society in any way, shape, or form is actually creating this block for you, pile two. And the interesting bit as to what or where this block is coming from, we have the movement card, and it's the serpent card. So for some of you, I do perceive maybe some of you have gone through this Kundalini awakening as well. So that's also raised your consciousness to a level where you're not now relating to a lot of people around you, and you're able to see how people are fake or moving. I mean, in a sly way, and you do perceive that because of this, you don't want to interact with people. The interesting thing is that pile two, we have play as the card, which is the unseen energy that is contributing to this block. And the play card is telling me that you are actually craving genuine connections, but you're focusing so much more on what is not going right because of the awareness that you have gained, that you're unable to connect with the right people or find the right people for yourself. And it's not unable because you're not finding them, it's more so because you're not opening your energy field to the fact that yes, there are people like you who are also interested in raising their consciousness, or interested in similar things, are interested in alternative healing or subjects like that. That there are people who genuinely are dedicated to these things, and you may be expecting them to look a certain way, be a certain way, but maybe they are probably someone who, sits at the cash register and is just, doing their daily work and going about life in that way. But you never know what is happening behind the scenes, or behind, I don't want to say closed doors, but after work hours probably, because maybe that's their day to day job or their 9 to 5 job, and beyond that they are so dedicated to their spiritual practice. Because spirituality doesn't mean that you have all of us who dive into it, it doesn't at all mean that we have to dive into occult esoteric energy work. No, it is not necessary for us to do that, and it's not necessarily for everyone, because you may not have that sole purpose, right? Maybe your sole purpose is to be of the planet and of the earth and do mundane 9 to 5 jobs. But once that job is done, the rest of the day is for you to enjoy your spirituality. And I would say, like, even in your 9 to 5, maybe you do things your own way, maybe in your own, little workspace at your office, you have a small altar, you have certain things like sage or crystals or whatever, rings your bell or makes you happy, or you have a small altar of feathers and things you have collected, or seashells, and you have pictures of your loved ones and yourself, or whatever your deities, whoever you believe in, and you bring that energy with you in your 9 to 5 job as well. So I feel like because of the work that you may have done, you probably have given certain definitions or certain identities to people, because of which you are not able to you yourself feel isolated, a, and b, you are not able to identify how much you really are craving connection. And this is, I don't feel it's just romance, it does feel like genuine deep friendships, or um, substantial friendships. And the fact is that you can have it, but it's your fear of how people are, like how the majority is probably going on, and you may be projecting already that all of them are moving in a sly way, or they're just um, going with the trend, is what I'm receiving. Like, I mean, they're just following the trend, they are just following the trend, and that is what you're assuming. And so you are not able to connect with these people that are actually for you, because you yourself are not giving yourself the permission to go out there and connect with these people, pile two. And how to overcome this, pile two, literally the universe is telling you to trust yourself, because I feel like because of what happened in the past, you certainly have faced diabolical is the word that I'm getting, so of course only apply if that's true for you, but I'm definitely getting dubious natured people, duplicitous natured people who really broke your trust. You just wanted to be there for them, take them with you along the ride, and make them also see the success that you are seeing. Genuinely you wanted to do that. You were for sure a team player, and beneath that we have the nine of swords. So this could actually be a relationship where, yeah, I mean like a romantic connection where you felt a betrayal, or sorry, experienced betrayal. And otherwise this very well could be really good friendship or business partnerships, but you definitely experience that that salty energy of people not being your well wishes, or posing to be your well wishes, or just throwing you under the bus when they had the opportunity. So because of that, you've become very secluded and distrusting, if that is a word, or not trusting of humans. But pile two, you need to realize that now it's, I don't know what that phrase is, so please do share that in the comment section if you know. But deer on the headlights, or deer in the headlights, or I don't know what that is, but when deers do get blinded with headlights and there's an accident that's occurring. And that's what I'm getting reminded of with the daughter of pentacles here. We have actually, so let me just tell you the cards. We have page of pentacles, seven of cups, the judgment, and three of swords. And with page of pentacles and seven of cups, I do feel like your fear is, will you be naive again and not look at people's intentions, because you are someone who dedicates themselves to the connection they are a part of. And so you let go of, or don't look at the red flags, and you see everything as green flag. But pile two, the universe is telling you, now very clearly, like with the heartbreak that you have gone through, and expectations not being met, or expectations or promises being broken, now from a very higher perspective, and not just a higher perspective, but you have the guidance of spirit to let you know which people are right for you and which are not. So you need to trust yourself, and that is how you can overcome this. You have to go out there in the world and experience the world, pile too, and experience friendships, connections, people. And even if it's in like small doses, there's no problem in that at all. Actually do it in that sense, but go out there, pile two, because you now have a clear judgment about who is actually wanting to contribute to you, and especially who is not wanting to contribute to you, or who has malicious intentions. About this, so you have to step up and put that energy out there in the universe, that you want to meet like-minded people, enjoy fun activities with them, or join communities, or clubs, or whatever it is that you want to do that rings a bell with you, that makes you happy. And that's where you will find the right people, pile two. So now I'm going to pull one of two cards, whatever comes through, as a journal or thought prompt here. Trust yourself, pile two, because of the work that you have done. Trust that you will know who the right person is. Oh wow. 1111. I saw that, and this is what we have. So I know it's not a very great art, but who TF cares? But so what do we have here? Are you undervaluing your skills? Put them to use and see for yourself first, pile two. You know the truth. You know who is right for you and who is not. Trust trust yourself that you will actually mark that boundary. Let go of that person who's not going to treat you right. Trust that you would do this, because this card here is actually representative of, or what I was thinking of was our human soul self and our animal or beast like side, and how we refrain from wanting to look at the beast side, but it's actually the embracing, allowing energy of both sides of us that's going to give us a very clear vision. And know that you have done this work, pile two, and that you know how to go with this energy moving forward. You are able to see the illusions, and through it, I mean, like, you're able to see through the illusions, and you are able to create boundaries specifically. I feel like you may be afraid that you won't be able to create boundaries. No, you will be able to do that. You will be able to put your foot down and say no, and say yes to things as well wherever it is required. Trust yourself to do that. You have that wisdom now, you have that clarity now, because you have faced your demons, or you've been facing them, so you know what they feel like, look like, taste like, file two. So don't worry, don't feel like you are not going to, you won't be able to find the right people. There, all of us are weird in one way, shape, or form, and we find our way to each other. You will as well, pile two. And I have these two cards here representing what are the signs that you would see, and we have 16 light and 38 the shift. So you will literally feel a shift was the first thing that was coming through. And I feel like you might resort to wearing lighter colors, maybe more yellow in your wardrobe. The other thing was, I do perceive, like, when I am filming this reading, Easter is a month or a month and a half away. So something around the time of Easter will also be significant for you. And I perceive that that is also going to give you a sign about this block being released from your system. I first no, first things first. No. So with the light energy and the imagery here, I do feel like you will have a very calm summertime, very relaxing summertime. There will not be a lot of agitation, and not just agitation. I feel like even in, moments of storms or emotional overwhelm, I perceive that your energy is going to shift so much that even through those storms you will be able to hold space for yourself and for others, because you will be able to do this for yourself. You will be in turn be able to do this for others as well, and not take what they do, what they choose, what they say as something that is a definition of yours or how they see you. But you will recognize all of this from a higher perspective, and you will be able to see how it all ties to each other. I mean, whatever action someone does and what they are thinking or what they have experienced, you will be able to tie those connections together, and how all of us are tied together, so that bigger perspective also is something that will start becoming a norm in your thinking process, and so you will not take things personally as such, while to with this block releasing. So pile 2, this is all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the prophetic dreams card with number 21, this is your reading. So we have all your cards pulled out here. These two cards represent what the creative block is about, or what is the creative block. And we have the card on the left here representing where the block is coming from, the seen part of it, and the unseen is the one on the right. These four cards represent the guidance coming through from source, from universe, as to how to overcome this block. After that, we are going to look at any journal prompts or thought prompts from this deck that could help you in this journey. And then we are going to Look at these two cards, which are representing any signs that you may see or experience when this block is getting removed or when you're overcoming this block. So, pile three, yours is the most interesting and intense, I'd say. So, we have the messenger card here saying serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And it's interesting I said the word home because it does feel like family oriented here, the energy. And some of you might relate to the Sirius star system or the star seed family. And we have baby steps action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So only if it is true for you, only then apply this to your situation, pile 3. And with the messenger card here, what I'm receiving is that the creative block is about you experiencing deceit or experiencing a revelation about a false teacher, a false mentor, or it could be a false guru as well. And someone who has influenced or whose teachings may have influenced your family. This could be society as well. Pile 3, the way society looks at women and men, because with baby steps what I'm receiving is that this is something you've been experiencing since you were a child. Like many people do have a priest or a guru that they look up to and seek counsel from for generations within the family. So maybe it is the same scenario for you as well. Or like I said, generally this could be, you know, things that people have learned in your family from society as to how a family should be like, how a marriage specifically should be like, how women and men should be treated, what their roles are. There's a very strong energy here about what the should and shouldn'ts are, or have or have nots are. And you've been looking at this as a baby, and I mean, since you've been a baby. And I do perceive that either this person or this probably like institutional energy, more than institution I'm getting like society, the illusion that has been created has some, another, some other energy and feel to it. But what is going behind the scenes is something that has been woven so intricately, and that not, yeah, dedication is there, but very intricately and quite decided energy is what I'm wanting to say. Like it may feel what like, I mean, the blessings that you might experience, or people at least in your family, the blessings that they have experienced might feel like, oh, they were so divine, but they were certainly more orchestrated in some way, shape, or form, like energetically, or changing your mindset in some way, shape, or form, influencing the thoughts of the beliefs of the people in your family, and making them feel that what they achieved was more miraculous and divine, whereas there might have been energies, forces, even physical actions being taken to orchestrate that for your family. And there's definitely a subduing energy or suppressing the feminine energy of your family, is what I was receiving. And this could have been a block or creative block. The interesting thing is with the with the scene card and share wisdom, I do perceive that this awareness is there, that there. I mean, the first of all, the tree analogy is very strong here. So maybe family tree generations is actually something important in this. Um, Group. But more than that, with share wisdom, what I'm receiving is you are aware of the fact that this is happening because of a certain level of indulgence in the wisdom shared by this person, or whatever people in within the family think is the right thing to do, and what the specific roles of men and women are within the family. And you know that this is blocking you in some way, shape, or form. So this is the awareness or the part that you're aware about. With the unseen part, we have the pillar, and that's the interesting bit, because this is telling me that you may be unaware about how much it is the marriage aspect within the family, like people who are married within the family, and how things do play out between the husband and the wife, or the feminine and masculine energy within the connections. That is one unseen major force that is creating this creative block, because what I'm receiving is that once something amazing, beautiful, life giving, and abundant is created, there is no boundary set, or if there is trust and something is shared, that trust gets broken quite easily, or um, even I feel like important bits of information must not have been shared, so that that beautiful thing cannot, does not come into life. And that is the unseen energy here with the pillar card that is creating this block. And I feel like this block is probably hindering your financial growth as well in some way, shape, or form. Pile number 3, the thing that the universe wants to tell you is that, I mean, how you can overcome all of these things is, we have 10 of wands, 3 of swords, the emperor, and 2 of cups. And with the 10 of wands, 3 of swords, the universe is letting you know you have the capacity and you are being pushed to now embrace and move ahead of this heartbreak, pile number 3, and actually make it your source of inspiration, your source of power to lead ahead, because you are tapping into your leadership energy. And also realizing that people in life, more than you realize, operate from their fear, rather than what is actually true or what is coming from a higher level of consciousness. Because with the emperor card and the sun here, the sun is eclipsed, and what that is telling me is that people react, people preach and give advice or live life from the perspective of their ego, their fears. And like the universe wants to let you know about this, like they react and perceive things from their fear more than they perceive it from love, from unconditional love, from kindness and genuine allowance of everything that exists. Because I perceive you to be the one who does that. Like you are the person who are more an allowance of everything, and you love being in genuine companionship and with others, be it of your gender, another gender, or just different energies, and even different, species, so basically animals as well. And especially I'm getting the energy of a cat here. And but then what I'm trying to say with the emperor card is actually the fact that the universe wants you to know the way to overcome this is to make this heavy energies that you went through source of your inspiration, then realize that people are reacting from their ego more and fears more, a lot of them that you would come across, I'm not saying all of them. And from there they are trying to hold on to their, place of power and look all um mighty, haughty, and by haughty I mean HAUGHTY. So that kind of energy, like for them to feel secure and in the place of power, they react and do everything in life from that space of fear and an inflated ego, and not from a genuine source of light. So the more you realize this, the more you will recognize whose sunshine or whose energy do you really want to be an allowance of, and then move forward and, become this humongous 100 feet, or I don't know if 100 feet is the right terminology, I wonder, but like the by 10 feet or above, or 50 feet tree, essentially those gigantic trees that we look at. For you to become that, recognize that people may not be as pure in their intentions as you are, pile number 3. And they may, it's not just about the intentions with you, it's also about the intentions with which they work or just move about in the world. They may not have those kind, genuine intentions that you have. So when you go for partnerships, be it romantic or not, recognize that people are still reacting from their fears. And in I'm also wanting to share this in the sense that many of them may not even have malintentions, they may not want to hurt you at all. It's just that their own shadows are playing out so much that they don't recognize how they're hurting themselves and those around them. So that is also another case scenario that you need to consider, pile number 3, so that you can overcome this block. I do perceive that because of, uh, definitely the impact must have been really strong and harsh. So it's difficult to look at it as a source of power or a source of inspiration. But to get over this creative block, you need to look at it as a source of inspiration rather than looking at it as a point of weakness within yourself. It is something that you have mastered, pile 3. So recognize that you have mastered recognizing the right people, the right leaders, which in itself makes you the right leader, especially in terms of bringing in the right people as well, or connecting with the right people, and more so like significantly in terms of the right people who have good intentions towards humanity itself and towards others, towards other beings as well. And yeah, I literally have the reflect card. But before that, we had the violin card. So I do perceive you to be someone who is a generational pattern slash curse breaker. Pile number two, sorry, pile number three. Oh, wow. So with the violin card, I am receiving that you need to, with it, kind of mirrors some emperor energy. You need to step up into your aggressive energy with this intention though, wherein you are bringing in more clarity, more balance, and not succumbing to the fears of what happened, and letting the past, and not succumbing to the fact that you think the past will repeat. It is not a fact. It will only be a fact if you give that permission to that energy, or allow that energy to work out for you. Know that you have the wisdom to bring in the right people, but you have to look at this turmoil, this exhaustion, this crap that you went through as a source of power. Pile number three. And we do have, I wanted to talk about these bottom guards, because we have literally have mother of cups, daughter of cups, 10 of cups, and the high priestess. So with mother of cups and 10 of cups, I do perceive that, like I was saying, the mother energy or the feminine energy was suppressed. So maybe you experienced issues with your mother as well. And in what I am receiving is that you are to be the mother of your own inner child, and you need to parent yourself, you need to nurture or nourish and mother yourself. And that's going to open up a lot of your intuition as well, and your psychic prowess too. Pile number three. And your psychic prowess is actually your biggest strength, and it is something that's going to help you, filter out the right people as well. Pile three. Now we are going to look at some journal or thought prompts here. Let's see what shows up. Even, with the creative thing, we have, I mean, why the creative, or what the creative block is about, we have lifting the veil as the bottom deck energy. It says questioning everything, anything unaligned must go, and weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. So like I said, this is about, this creative block is something that is really huge and significant within your family line. And the first thing that you need to do is actually create boundaries, and know that your questioning doesn't make you the wrong person, but rather it makes you the right person to lift the veil and see what is actually happening here. It's not all that it's made out to be by this person or this institution or the belief system created within the family. set in set intentions before sleeping, and we have jumping to conclusions. Yeah, because I feel like if you are not embracing this, tough life or tough experiences that you went through, if you're not embracing this as your strength, pile number three, then you are probably going to misjudge people or be in fear, like. And also I feel like it might affect your love relationships, or your love life in general. So please, see this as your strength, going to through this as, even if it doesn't sound good and does sound unfair, but look at that experience as something that trained you to understand who the right person is, and to lead masses in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it was just by living, your life and choosing to be the way you are, and setting boundaries, or setting no, or setting standards about, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. And especially if you are someone who identifies as a woman, and in that sense, you are going to inspire a lot of people. So these experiences were meant to shape you, be the true warrior. I mean, the emperor is the embodiment of all four kings, not just the one king in the, court cards. or the minor arcana, sorry. So with set intentions before sleeping, it's just interesting that when I was connecting with your pile, the color that showed up for this pile was literally this purple. So I was like, okay, I mean, I didn't know if it would show up in the cards. It somehow shows up here in a way, and it literally showed up in the ink of the message card showing up. So this pile is all about psychic energy, because there's a lot of you know there are a lot of veils put through in, I mean, have been put through in your family line, pile number 3, because of which people or women, because I do perceive this to be more about women, but this could be men as well who are actually kind and emotional and them getting manipulated. So, because of these many veils that look like, oh wow, what a blessing, but what they don't understand is there is a lot of orchestration and lot of things going behind the scenes, which is creating this illusion of wow, and it's nothing wow actually. It's just manipulation and um, even I feel like coercion in some way, shape, or form. So, set intentions before sleeping is telling me that one herb that's coming to my mind is lavender. So, maybe having lavender essential oil as a diffuser, humidifier, or something can also help you. And also, having lavender essential oil in your bath water. Of course, check the compatibility of your skin with this thing. I'm not, and I'm not a professional when it comes to skin or anything medical, but definitely check this out for yourself. And maybe you can keep lavender flowers with yourself or do visualization with lavender flowers, as lavender is very calming and it also helps our psychic abilities a lot, clears it out by calming us as well. So, setting intentions to have more clarity and even probably finding strength to overcome this and to look at whatever happened as a source of inspiration. Setting that intention before you go to sleep is also going to be helpful. I would say do this for a few days so that, I mean, you can set that intention and ask universe, the spirit realm or your spirit guides to help you with this. And eventually I perceive that it's going to become a part of your energy library, so to speak, and you will be aware about whatever intentions you are setting, and especially getting clarity about the kind of people around you and not getting not buying into their lies. So these are some of the signs that you may see. We have prophetic dreams with number 21, and 21 is a world card in the tarot. So there's definitely an ending, a cycle is ending here. And we have warrior woman. And I do perceive like the biggest, I feel like Aries season will be very, very significant, and it's the start of the new year, according to nature, I would say, in some way, shape, or form. But it is the start of the new zodiac year. Yeah, and prophetic dreams is actually reminding me of the Pisces energy. So that's the ending and beginning. Pisces to Aries season is going to be very. I feel like these things are going to become clearer for you. You will understand where the block is coming from even more vividly, and you will be able to knock it out of the park with the clarity that you will receive. So between the months of March to May, mid March to mid May, I feel you will be receiving a lot of clarity, and I feel like major shifts may happen. And these shifts will firstly start appearing in your dream state, is what I'm receiving with the prophetic dreams card. Maybe some of you would be drawn to amethyst as a crystal, and even aquamarine or something that is more that opens up your third eye. So I would say lapis lazuli as well, but you will certainly feel more. I mean, it's just funny that the warrior woman is right above the emperor card. I feel like you will realize that you're becoming more grounded in your strength. You are becoming more fierce and fearless, especially in following your heart and letting your heart lead you towards what is true for you, pile number 3. Because I feel like there is a lot of confusion that has been created within the family line as to what is right and wrong, and that has restricted you and blocked you creatively. The prophetic dreams is, I think, very literal in itself, and I do feel like orange must be, even as a fruit, or orange and reds and yellows could become colors that you really enjoy or include more of in your life. That could be another sign. I just feel like the biggest sign would be you will know that you can now show up as who you are, truly who you are in the world, and you will not be afraid of being seen. Pile 3, that's the biggest sign I perceive will happen when this block gets removed. So pile 3, yours was the longest reading. I thought that it's going to be the shortest one. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much again for joining me in today's video, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.